Hello and welcome to episode number 52 of No Whining. Today is Bergford Day. That is the region where both the wines we're going to be tasting are coming from. Let's get into our first wine of the day. This is a 2020 Castro Ventosa El Castro de Baltuia Godello. This is around $35, and this is 100% Godello grapes coming from the DO of Bergford, which lies within the Cantabrian mountain range and the Castilla y León region. Its climate is moderate and transitional, bridging the cool maritime Atlantic climatic influences of Galicia in the northwest of Spain with the continental climate of Spain's Meseta Central. This means the weather can vary a lot from year to year. As such, there will be quite a bit of variation between vintages in terms of quality, concentration, and character. This is an important thing to note because if you buy, for instance, a 2020 vintage versus a 2021, well, sometimes that's not going to make much of a difference. In certain regions, in certain areas, California is really well known for this. There's not a lot of difference in the growing season weather patterns year to year. There's other places, as is the case here, where there can be quite a bit of difference. So you actually want to pay pretty close attention to the year and the vintage that you are picking up. Here is some information from the tech sheet. 35-year-old vines growing on sand and clay soils. Planting density is 4,000 to 5,000 vines per hectare. The grapes are collected manually in a single day. When we reach the winery after destemming, the must is pressed and remains cold for 24 hours. After this, we transfer the must to 225, 500, and 700 liter French oak barrels for fermentation and subsequent aging on the lees for a year. The barrels are emptied for bottling 5 days before the next harvest. All right, that is the backstory. Let's get into the wine itself. This wine is clear. I'm going to call this a pale gold in color. Medium plus viscosity looks like on the sides of the glass there. Let's send it to the schnoz for a first look. Okay, this wine is clean. It is developing. I'm going to call it medium plus intensity on the aromas, starting out with green apple. Got some grapefruit, pear, a little bit of candied apricot. There's some smoky, flinty type aromas in here as well. Okay, some notes of toast as well as a little bit of toasted almond. Getting some brine, some salinity type of a character to this, as well as some balsamic notes. So like volatile acidity. I'm going to say rounding out here with tarragon and some sourdough bread. This is very interesting on the nose. This is very different to me. I'm not sure I can put my finger on it, and maybe it's just the overall kind of bouquet of the wine, but this is fascinating, and I can't tell if I like it yet, but I'm very, very interested. Let's take it to the jaws. Okay, I do like this. This is dry. It's got, I'm going to say, like a medium plus body, probably medium plus on the alcohol as well. Medium plus on the acid. It's got a really nice round and kind of a soft mouthfeel that I am enjoying quite a bit. Medium plus intensity of flavors, but also coming through on the palate here is a little bit of coriander. And then it's got this medium plus finish. So this wine, I'm gonna call it very good. It's quite complex. It's very, very interesting. Just unique aromas and flavors and a nice, really balanced and round body to the wine. It's got this finish that evolves and it's really nice. It kind of ends with, like herbal notes. There's like a nutty quality to it, a little bit of sourdough bread as well. I'm gonna say this is not suitable for bottle aging, right? Because it's just got the fruit and like the mineral, the bready, the nutty elements, and they're all in a really nice kind of dance with the fruit flavors. So I think you could get away with aging it a little bit longer, but like, why would you do that, right? It's got really nice balance. It's got great complexity. And I don't think that that's really going to improve with age here. So I would say to drink this now. That is a great start to episode number 52. Let's go to our second wine of the day. There's quite a beautiful label here on the front of this bottle, this 2022 Descendientes de J. Palacios Patalos. Okay, I did my best there. And this is actually a really important producer in Bierzo. This wine is 85% Mencía grapes, 5% of it is a blend of other black grapes, and the remaining 10% is a blend of white grapes. Some information from the tech sheet you may find interesting. Sourced from various villages and sites between 1,500 and 3,300 feet of elevation, which is actually a good indication of quality. You want those higher elevation sites. That tends to produce higher quality wines than like low elevation things in the valley. That's not typically high quality. It might be high yield and you get a lot of like grapes from it, but they're not normally the best. So we are having good indication so far. It goes on to say soils were a mix of slate, quartz, sandstone, sand, and clay. Grown on vines between 50 and 110 years old. Planting density is 6,000 to 7,000 vines per hectare. Vines are head trained and spur pruned, dry farmed bush vines. Cultivation methods, mechanically and animal draft, mules tilled. So they got the mules out there. I guess they're working their asses off. Oh, I made it funny. Okay, date of harvest, August 29th to September 28th, 2022. Alcoholic fermentation in a mix of wood and stainless steel vats, pigeage, and pump over. Native yeast. Maceration, 28 days. Malolactic fermentation, 6 weeks in wood and stainless steel vats. Aging is 10 months in oak barrels. No cold stabilization, fining, or filtering. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let us get into our second wine. This wine is clear. It is, I'm going to say, a medium ruby, but I'm conflicted here because there's some violet hues. So I guess we could call this like a medium purple. I feel like it's more on the ruby side, so I'm going to go with that. And then the viscosity here looks to be medium plus. Okay, let's send it to the schnoz. Okay, this is clean. It is developing. Medium intensity on the aromas here. We're kicking things off with ripe red cherry, fresh plum, some cranberry, a little bit of red currant, violet, a little bit of cherry blossom on the floral side, getting some dill on the herbal side, as well as some hints of vanilla, sweet tobacco, maybe even a little bit of cut hay. Okay, we've got a spicy note in there. I'm going to say it Chinese 5 spice. And then kind of a mineral note in there, a little bit of petrichor. Let's go with that and send it to the jaws. This is dry. It's got a light body on it. Medium plus probably on the alcohol. Let's see what the bottle has to say. Yeah, 13.5%. High acid, definitely high acid. I'm going to go with medium plus on the tannins, like fine grained tannins on this. Medium intensity on the flavors, so that matches what we found on the schnoz. It is happening on the jaws as well. And then I'm going to call this a medium finish. Objectively, the quality of this wine is good. It's certainly got the complexity, but not really the intensity that it would need to be in the very good category. But it is balanced with like a soft, delicate body. It's very elegant, and at the end of the day, it's pretty darn yummy. So I'm going to say this is suitable for bottle aging, but not very. And what I mean by that is probably a year, 1 year of bottle aging. My sense is that you're going to get more of that savory character emerging, and that is actually going to add more complexity to this wine. So that added complexity would improve the quality a little bit, and that's why I would say in an ideal world, let's age this for another year and then give it another try. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring in our wines for the day. I am wondering which wine you liked at home the most. What did you like? What surprised you, if anything? Did you enjoy wines from this region? Have you had either of these grapes before? Because these are, quite frankly, a novelty to most people. And that's when I'm putting these episodes together and picking wines from around the world to really give you kind of a world tour and allow you to have an inside track on gaining knowledge about the wine world, but doing it in a really fun way and tasting and not going through a classroom setting. I can assure you, learning about wine in the traditional way is completely brutal and very rarely is it particularly fun unless you are just a complete bonkers nerd for wine, which apparently I am. But a lot of it isn't pleasant. So I endeavor to bring you this incredible format here. And as we go through this, again, I wonder which one you like better today, which one you would pick to be on top. I'm going to go with the Godello. I felt like this, I didn't know what I thought, quite frankly, at first. Like it's very interesting on the nose. It's different than really anything I've had before, but it's not faulty. It's not because it's not clean. It is clean. But just the interesting intricacy and the complexity of the different notes and aromas and flavors that are in this wine, it's just really, really fascinating. And good intensity, good concentration. It's got nice balance to it. And it's a pretty great stinking wine. Now, don't get me wrong, this Mencía was nice as well. And this is the first time I've had this grape before, actually. I did enjoy it. Like I said, it was elegant, it was delicate, it was very drinkable, it's very yummy, but it just didn't stand up to the Godello today. So anyway, that is the verdict. Make sure that you check out the videos I included links to in the description down below. That will give you a kind of behind the scenes look and sometimes an over the top as you're getting these aerial views of the different vineyards and the different areas that we were exploring and tasting wines from. I think you're going to love that. Okay, I will see you back here in episode 53.